with new crew youth ministry, and with the athletic department. However, he's best known around campus for telling jokes that only he thinks are funny. And for being way too emotionally invested in the Detroit Tigers. Zach comes from a line of Concordia grads. His mother and father, Mark and Cindy, are here today. They're Concordia Ann Arbor grads. His sister, Abby, graduated a few years ago, and he has a younger sister here in school with him. So it's an honor to introduce our wonderful graduating senior, Zack Werner, to be our student speaker.
Hi, everybody. When I was told that I was selected to give the commencement speech, I must admit I was pretty shocked. The date was April 1st, so in fear that it was an April Fool's Day joke, I waited a few hours before replying to the email and accepting the honor. The Concordia University class of 2015 has some outstanding individuals who have already accomplished great things and will go on to accomplish even more. Out of a group of graduates that includes those in pre-medicine programs, future pastors, teachers, out of the people that will save our world by keeping us healthy, leading us in faith, and educating the next generation, the graduate that was chosen to speak is a sport business major who wants to change the world through meaningless sports and games. That's me. Of course, I wanted to share with my friends that I was going to be given this honor. However, people sometimes tell me that I can come across a bit conceited, so I knew I had to tread lightly. And so, in the coming weeks, I began to just bring the topic of graduation up in conversation with them, and then I would slyly mention that I would be speaking. This would give me the opportunity to brag, but also play it cool. I quickly realized a trend in the reactions I would get from my friends and my family. I simply refer to it now as the face, a face I continue to get even today. I wish I had a picture for you guys. Jaw dropped, eyes wide open, mind spinning in horror. You better not mess this up, they would lovingly advise. Does administration have any idea what they're getting into? They would ask. To which I would reply, no, I really don't think they do. Buckle up, everybody, it's too late now. Don't worry. I realize how great of an opportunity this is to speak to you all, and I truly hope I can impart some sort of grand wisdom into your already cramped brains. I approached this speech with the same thought and care that we all approached our important papers the past few years. So I began last night at 1 a.m. I opened my computer, opened the web browser, went on Facebook, Twitter, creeped on friends from high school, and then I found myself on YouTube looking at videos of cats. At that point, I opened the Word document and began. Still slightly scared about messing up, I then decided to Google things not to do or say in a graduation speech. I read a few very reliable blogs that instructed me not to use too many cliches and to refrain from negativity. Well, I'm Zack Werner, and I can't not do that. Wow. I can't believe it has come to an end already. Looking back, these were definitely the best days of our life. These are the moments we will cherish forever. But today we will graduate and start the first day of the rest of our lives. The future is in our hands, and we can change the world if we work hard. It's a big world out there, and I know many of you are probably scared since you don't have a job yet. You should be. Your parents' basement is going to get pretty lonely, and there's those student loans looking right at you. Oh well, at least we have each other. Let's stay friends. Now that we got that out of the way, I would like to take this moment to recognize a fellow graduate of mine as we are in the mood of celebrating. Today is my friend Allison Schmidt's 22nd birthday. So Allison, please stand up. And if you would all sing with me the song that we sing on people's birthdays. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Allison. Happy birthday to you. Coming to college, I had a plan, and unlike most people, I thought Zack Werner would be able to stick to it. I was coming to college to get a degree so that I could get the job in professional sports that I so wanted. I figured everything I would need to know would be taught to me in class, and I would simply transfer that knowledge into my career. I thought college would be the last step, and then I would be there. Don't get me wrong, I had some amazing professors who did an excellent job teaching me. The material applied in lectures, tests, papers, and projects gave me an excellent understanding of the information that I will need for my entire life. However, there's no way they could have presented everything I would need. You see, now that this whole college thing is over, for some of us, your entire life will be different. But at the same time, your educational life should be exactly the same. Although you're probably coming to a close and might have to write research papers, you're still going to have to learn so that you can reach the full potential that God has planned for you. Lifelong learning means you have to overcome obstacles. It means you won't take the answer of, oh, that can't be done. It means you're not okay with being average or another face in the crowd. Every day there will be new things that you will need to know in order to get tasks done in your job and in your home, and you must be prepared to be unprepared for them. I've assembled a list of the 4 things lifelong learners do, because we are Americans and we just put lists into speeches like this. In addition, I stuck to 4 things because I knew after 4 our music majors would just go back to 1 again. Sorry, guys. Number 1, lifelong learners ask for help, not for someone to do a task for them. I'm sure you have all heard the old saying, give a man a fish, feed him for a day, teach a man to fish, feed him for a lifetime. If you ask for someone to do something for you, then you aren't learning anything. Instead, ask to be taught so that next time you will hopefully be able to accomplish it by yourself. Number 2, lifelong learners are curious. Instead of being intimidated, they are intrigued by things they don't know. Of course, the greatest example of a curious individual is, yes, you guessed it, Curious George. For those of you who may not be up to date on your fictional characters, Curious George is a tailless monkey who is a protagonist in a series called Curious George. George is constantly very curious about many things, a trait which helps George to learn because he's always willing to press boundaries and get involved with things that monkeys normally aren't involved in. So let's all be a little bit more like Curious George. Number 3, lifelong learners don't give up. They are persistent, they don't see failure as an option, but instead look for a way to make things happen. Thomas Edison showed this sort of determination when inventing the light bulb. Guys, he messed up a lot. I'm very thankful that he didn't let those 1,000 failures distract him from his goal. The crew involved with NASA's Apollo 13 did the same when they were faced with a crew seemingly stuck in outer space. In a matter of life and death, they were able to figure out a way to get the entire crew home safely. They thought outside the box and made things happen. Albert Einstein summarized the idea when he said, "It's not that I'm so smart, it's just that I stay with problems longer." And lastly, and most important, number 4, lifelong learners staying God's word. Just like your intellectual knowledge, your faith is never done growing. A faith must be daily nurtured so that it can continue to grow through the Holy Spirit. Most importantly, your faith must come first in your life. Concordia's motto of Christ first in everything, based on Colossians 1:18, should be applied in all of our lives. I'm sure you've already formed some excuses in your head against being a lifelong learner. It sounds like something that's only going to happen in a perfect scenario, and that in reality you won't have the time or the money to make it happen. And to that, I have one answer. It's the internet. Ladies and gentlemen, if we can apply the web navigating skills we learned while procrastinating on homework, we can obtain the endless amount of information known as the internet. So go ahead, procrastinate a little longer, and learn a little more. I can honestly say there was no better place to earn my degree than at Concordia. This place has a community that is unlike any other I've been a part of. It was comforting to know that the administration, faculty, and staff weren't just after my tuition, but truly cared about me as an individual. They prepared us to be lifelong learners by giving us opportunities to lead if we were willing to take them. I know almost all of us served on campus in some way, whether it was a residential assistant, on athletic teams, in campus ministry positions, on Senate, in various clubs, and many other ways. These opportunities allowed us to apply skills and to develop as individuals in ways we never could have imagined. So thank you, Concordia, faculty, and staff, for getting us ready for a life of more learning. So class of 2015, could we get away with the knowledge we had? Probably. But God intends for us to do more. In order to best serve Christ in whatever our profession, we must be continually working hard. But at the same time, also live in confidence, knowing that it's okay to mess up, because even if you do, the grace of God will never fail you. Congratulations and God's blessings on your learning.
Thank you, Zach.